Hi, welcome to my channel, Gigi's Altered Objects. This is part 13 of the interactive mini album using Graphic 45's Life is a Kaleidoscope collection. I'm going to start with a 6.5 by 6.5 piece of cardstock. You're going to need a solid 6 by 6 piece of one of the solids or patterns of your choice. I'm using the blue from Holtz Metallic Jewel collections, and we're going to affix that to the middle of our 6.5 by 6.5. You're going to need another 6.5 by 6.5 square piece of black cardstock. And what I did to make my triangle flaps on this is I just placed the two opposite edges on my paper cutter like this. You could also score and cut or draw a line and cut if you need to. Then you're going to need 2 hinges. My hinges are 1 inch by 6.5 inches. And I'm going to score these on the 1/2 inch line here. And here. We'll fold those and crease with a bone folder. Before I got my bone folder, I used the soft part of the handle of a pair of scissors. So that does work if you don't have one. All right, we're going to... Our pages are going to cross like this. So we're going to need the hinges on the outside edges. It really doesn't matter whether you choose to put them on the top or bottom. They'll work either way. So I'm going to put a piece of tape here, and then open it up and put a piece of tape here. And do that on each one. And because this is a movable part, we'll put a little liquid glue. A little wet glue as well. It looks like Theodore has dropped bird seeds on my work mat. I should have noticed that before I started. Begin by taking this top piece off. Add a little liquid glue. And then I'm just going to lie this right next to it. Remember, I keep a pair of scissors, especially for sticky items, so I can kind of miter that off. And the other side will go on the back of your black cardstock, because that will eventually be glued down in the book and no one will see it. So add a little liquid glue. Well, I'm going to take this off. That won't matter, we'll just have to add another piece. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. I measured that wrong, but that's fine. I think I have put it on the wrong spot. Hey, learn by my mistakes. Okay. I chose to make a new hinge so I could show you what I did wrong so that you don't make the same mistake. You want to be sure that the papers are closing like this, so you have to put the hinge on. I'll put it on the inside and then lay that over. So we're going to need to put a piece of tape on both of these.
Come on, Robbie. Robbie, come on.
So put one here. There we go. Double check. All right, and then for our closure, this is a piece of from the chipboard collection. So I want it to be able to turn all the way up and then back down so that it will hold both pages down. So take your crocodile or your punch of choice. I try to be time efficient, excuse me, put the tape on the back of this, forgetting that we were going to have to hinge it. Okay. Now we want to create the outside pieces. I created a 6 by 6 square. This is from the 8 by 8 because I'm saving the other large 12 by 12 for the back page. So we're going to use this side of the 12 by 12 on the back cover because we used it on the front cover. All right, so again, this is how I made my triangles before. I just made sure that the opposing corners were on the paper cutter. Okay, so this one will fit here. And this one will fit here. Just use my runner for that. That's fine if it's not a moving part. We're going to do the same thing for the inside. Oops, I moved it a little. We're doing the inside pieces now. So we've cut another square into 2 triangles, adhered one on that side, and we'll put the other one on this side. And the ink we're using again is we suffered from a dead battery. So the distress ink we're using is chipped sapphire. And we have the inside, one inside cover done. And we will complete the other side. And then start our decorating. There we go. I'm going to make some corner pockets with the blue from the jewel paper, the Tim Holtz collection. So I'm starting with a piece that's 4 inches by 4 inches. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Place the opposing corners on the line. And then we'll have a pocket for each. And for pockets, I do like to use wet glue. We'll put a couple clips on them. Give them a little inking. So one will go here. So we'll leave the top without glue. Use a good wet glue. Place it right there. Maybe I'll use these clips here. And the other one just, I'll have to smooth down. I guess I could close it instead. And then the other pocket will go on this side. I guess I like to run out of glue. I have another bottle right here. Okay. Place that one right here. I made a couple of tags for the inside. This is out of a piece of the leftover that I used before of the 12 by 12 paper. So I cut some pockets. This one I put a piece of chipboard on from the chipboard collection. I have this great ribbon in my collection. This lends itself so much to this. It was a little thicker, so I had to add a jump ring to tie it on, and then added one of the peacock feathers from my collection. On this one, I created a little tag out of the stickers, and I put that on top of a piece of paper, black cardstock, and put brads and tucked a little umbrella. And this one I used some black lace instead and added a little piece of metal, the little bird cage right there. So when those dry, I'm going to tuck these inside. All right, let's look. We also want a pocket here. So we have a piece that is 6 by 6, and we'll put a little ink on that. Again, this is one from the 8 by 8 because I'm saving that other larger piece to use on the bottom. I mean on the back cover, sorry, not the bottom. So we'll put a little glue there. And then on the front, so mine is going to close with this one down and this one on top. So I'm going to flip it over, and I think that this one comes from the Pockets and Tags collection, and I think I want to glue it right on the cover. I also have made, so I'm trying to decide, I have these that could be used as belly bands, and I just took another piece of that ribbon, layered it on lace, and then this is from the Cards and Tag collection, and it says beautiful. And this one says see the beautiful. Oh, I also have a little metal flower underneath, if you can see that, and that's from Wish. And then from Queen's Lace, I have a little tiny green flower on top of that. So this piece was cut out of one of the cards that I had fussy cut from. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put those here. I could tuck some small tags inside, and I think that I do like that idea. So we're going to put those at the largest place, and we're going to use them as belly bands. So we're only going to glue the sides. And whenever I use material, I really like this. It's called CraftMedley Premium Craft Glue. And it says it's machine washable. So that's how I know it works well on fabric. And it doesn't discolor the fabric. I'll leave the information in the description box below. So we're only putting glue on the sides so that we can utilize these as belly bands. And I must have let this go without a pin in it. We'll see if that helps. There we go. It dries nice and clear, so you really don't even see it through the lace. Sometimes it'll leave more of a mark if you do it on the jeweled paper. That was one of my ideas, to put it there. But sometimes it does show up a little when I do that. So we're going to put it right here. I know it's upside down to you. Just want to make sure I get it in the right spot. There we go. And then again on this side. I try to do my videos when my African gray baby is asleep, Theodore, at night, and he hears me talking. But since the battery went dead, I had to do it this morning, so he hasn't had his breakfast yet. I don't know if you can hear him down there. He's not being real loud, but he's often talkative in the mornings. All right, so I have a little tag here. This is a piece from the 8x8, the little tags, and it says fabulous, and it will go right in there. And on this side, the imagination can take you anywhere, will go right in there. And this one's a little thicker, so I'm going to wait a minute for that side to dry. Okay, so this is what the outside looks like. And of course, this is going to be glued on the book. So this is what we have. And inside, we're going to place the 2 tags. And here we have one of the cards. It might be a little too big. Let's see if this is dry. If you put them in too quick, they just go ahead and get glued right in. That one is, but we have a smaller one. It says Imaginations, anywhere like the front, and Color Your World. So I'm just going to tuck those 2 little tags in there. And then also one right here that says Fabulous. And then we have our closure that goes here. So all that's left to do is glue this on the next page when it dries. Right here is where we'll glue it. And then we get to do the back cover, and we're on to the front cover and finished. Please remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment on the project, and happy crafting.